What is up, guys? Ben Karpinski here, and I've got a ton of gear to go over today. This is all of the gear that has accumulated in my bag for the last 5 years. Check out this B-roll of just some of it that I've laid out for you, all pretty and nice on this table. Check it out. First things first, I want to tell you I am a Nikon guy, okay? I literally am looking through this glass and I see the Canon guy shaking his head. We can be friends and we can get along. We are all photographers, we're all videographers, cinematographers, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's got their own gear. This is all the stuff that has accumulated in my bag over the last 5 years. Check this out. First up. Boom, baby. The Nikon 70-200 f2.8. This is like my child, my baby right here. This thing is insane good. Oh yeah, look at that. Oof, I don't know if you can see that. Yep, that's a beaut right there. This bokeh is unmatched. I mean, if I'm doing a wedding and, you know, I'm kind of far away, even semi-far away, 70 mil isn't that far on full frame, this is my go-to. I mean, people often ask, like, why I don't shoot prime. You know, the bokeh's better. You're able to open up your aperture way more. You can go down to 1.4, whatever it is. This, at 200 mil 2.8, gives me that creamy background, gives me exactly what I'm looking for and what I think my clients would view as just insane off the charts. This guy right here is the lens, in my opinion, if you're gonna start doing wedding photography. Next up, the Nikon 14-24 millimeter. This thing is insane. Do you see this? I don't know if you can see that, but ooh, this is a aspherical lens. It looks like a fisheye, completely corrected. Completely correct. When I'm talking straight lines, I mean straight lines. This thing is not gonna give you that distortion in a fisheye. I think I'm gonna do a separate video just on this because this is the sickest wide angle lens that I have gotten to work with. Along with this, check this out. Hold up. Boom. You ever seen one of these? Sick, because I hadn't either before I got it. 14-24, slide it. Let me do a little example for you. You're gonna line this up right there so that all of these little 4 metal brackets are in line. This lens is so huge on the front that you can't put a regular filter on it. You can't just screw it on. So you gotta have this guy. I've got these right here. These are my 2 ND filters. I've got a 5-stop and I've got a 10-stop. They both are gonna be used on this guy when I'm doing stuff like, I don't know, waterfalls, insane landscapes where I want those clouds to be totally dragged, completely like insane action across the sky. I'm gonna toss it on for you. Oh, this is harder than I thought. Ready for this? This is my favorite part. Boo! Slides right in there. Rotates if you have a gradient. This filter holder is a must if you're gonna have a 14-24 and you're gonna be shooting landscapes. Drag your waterfalls, drag your clouds. It's insane. Sick. I'll try to attach some images on the video, you know, and like all that post-processing stuff. How does this make you feel? So right now I am shooting with my D850. I couldn't ask for a better DSLR. I got the D850 probably 8 months ago, 9 months ago. This thing is relatively new to me. I've loved every second that I've been shooting with it. I've done a ton of weddings, in professional, in non-professional, taking it around, carrying it around. It's a beautiful camera. The Nikon D850 is where it's at. Before that, I had this bad boy. This is the Nikon D810. This thing is a stud. It's been through quite a bit. Check this out. So this is where some rubber used to be for the SD card flap. All this used to be rubber right here. Tripod plate, just deleted it. We got some nice wear and tear right here. Oh yeah, forgot to mention. This thing has gotten jacked up and it's survived every second. I haven't even had to take it in the Nikon to get repaired. Love this thing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful camera. Currently on board, what you're seeing this being filmed with is the Nikon 24-70. I know it'd be kind of nice to have it right here, but I don't have a bunch of cameras that I can be filming with, shooting with, holding with. I don't got all that. So right now you're looking at the 24-70. This is how it looks. As you can see, it's kind of my like go-to lens. It's, you know, it covers everything. If I'm walking around on a wedding day taking, you know, photos of guests and stuff like that, my 24-70 is gonna be on, and it has never done me wrong. It's a beautiful lens, never had problems. I actually dropped the lens. Yeah, literally dropped it. I was walking around, just switched off my 7200, put the 24-70 on, boom, dropped on the ground. Oh, you don't want to hear it. It was the nastiest sound ever. Perfect lens. I highly recommend it. As they call it, 70-200, 14-24, and the 24-70, they call it the holy trinity of Nikon. And it's for a good reason. Those three, having those in your bag, you won't need anything else. Every single focal length from 14 all the way to 200, you're stacked. That's what I decided to go with. I wanted all of my focal lengths covered because I knew on a wedding day there's gonna be a scenario where I want this one shot and I don't have the focal length. Figured I'd just cover all my grounds right there. Next up, the Mavic Pro. This thing has been out of the country multiple times, and I've yet to have any sort of issues with it. I've crashed it twice pretty bad. It's survived, you know. I haven't even lost a propeller. I've got some kind of cool shots at this that I'm just gonna drop in here because why not? The Mavic Pro, it is a stud. On a wedding day, you are not gonna want to forget this. This is the Speedlight SB900. I couldn't ask for more power in a flash. This thing's super convenient. You could run it on board, you could run it off board. It does the trick in pretty much every situation. This thing is old, this thing is vintage, but it is one of the sickest macro lenses that I have ever seen. I personally have not even gotten to use this thing that much. I don't have a ton of the shots that some other people have. I'm gonna try to link some shots I've gotten with this thing, but I don't do it justice. Macro is an entirely different field of photography that I wish I was good at. People are insane with this lens. This is my dream lens as a kid. Whenever I got into photography, I wanted to use this thing. So glad that I have it in my bag. I don't use it enough. Oh yeah, by the way, I almost put it down without saying this. Look at this. The entire thing, the whole thing's metal. Let's go, Nikon. I know it's heavy, but this thing feels like a beast. So as you saw in some of the B-roll, I've got a couple film cameras. This is the Polaroid Sun 600. I used to offer packages where I would bring this on the wedding day and give them Polaroids that they could have on the day. People liked it. It cost so much for Polaroid film that I couldn't sustain it anymore. I wasn't able to offer it anymore, but I do have 3 of these. Maybe I'll do a giveaway at some point. What's a photographer without some film? This is my Miranda Sensorex. Never even heard of it. I got this thing as a gift a long time ago. A buddy just gave it to me. This is the Nishika N8000. While yes, it's film, insane stuff comes out of this thing. This is like a Japanese plastic toy almost. I gotta show you what comes out of this. It's got these 4 lenses right here. As you can see, it's printed actually on the Nishika. It makes a 3D image. Each lens is going to take a photo at a slightly different angle, just ever so slightly. And because they're so close together, it gives your subject a little bit of motion. A little bit of motion when you put it together and make a GIF out of it in Photoshop. This thing's really cool. It's been on my bucket list for a while, and it ranges you know, on eBay for like $150, I think. I don't even know if this fits in frame, but this is my tripod. I've got a Enduro series CGT000205. I forget model numbers. I'll link it in the description. This thing is all carbon fiber. It is gone through sand, it's gone through mud, it's gone through everything, and look at this. It's perfect. It's just incredible. I picked it up for like $400, I think. This is exactly what I need in a tripod. It's nice and thick. It's got that stability that I'm looking for, and it's got the height that I'm looking for. On top of this, I've got a Enduro BHM2 ball head. It locks down tight. My camera has never moved. I've never had to worry about it. The Enduro BHM2, highly recommend. It's got a ton of action, you know, obviously everything that you need in the ball head. This tripod rig is probably gonna run you about, oh, I don't know, $400 used. Check it out, this thing is rock solid. Last but not least, I've got some gadgets. So like little things like this, the GoPro Hero 7 Black. I use this for when I'm vlogging in places, you know, Indo, Iceland, all these different places I go. I want to remember this stuff. I've got a Hero 7 Black. I've got a GoPro Hero 3 Silver. Things like extra camera batteries and Mavic batteries, and of course, some fairy lights. Oh gosh. I truly didn't know that they were blue. That was a genuine reaction. This thing is kind of harsh, but I keep it in my bag just in case I'm feeling creative. There's a lot of times where I just want to mess around and do fun stuff. This is kind of fun for stuff like this. Ooh, bokeh. So this is what I'd use this for. Creative. So that kind of wraps up the video for today. I mean, I truly do have all of the gear that I want right now. There's obviously dream lenses that I don't have money for right now. It's taken a lot to get here. I didn't start with this stuff. I started with the D5000 18-200 f5.6. That's gonna wrap up today's video. You know, I've tried to show you guys what I have in my camera bag. I know y'all might have some other stuff. Let me know in the comments what your camera bag consists of. If you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe. I'm going to be trying to upload hopefully a couple times a week. I love doing this. I love talking to people. I love meeting with people for coffee, and I feel like that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at you guys, trying to let you know what has worked for me. Hopefully it's gonna help you guys out. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.